Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk all about buying on Bulq.com. So over the last couple of months, a lot of people have seen me doing some unboxings from Bulq.com on my channel, and that has presented a lot of questions and a lot of interest in all of you guys wanting to make purchases from the site as well. So I decided to put together some key points that I feel would benefit everyone if you want to buy from the site. This video is in no way sponsored. It is strictly all my opinion from my personal experience shopping on the site. So I believe that Bulq.com can be a very reliable source in purchasing merchandise for resale online. But there are some things about the site that I feel like people should know before just blindly buying from the site expecting to make money. Because I do feel like the site is a really good opportunity for someone to purchase lots online and have it shipped directly to their house and still turn a profit. However, I feel like if you go blindly onto the site and just start buying things, that you are at a risk for actually losing money. That's why I wanted to tell you guys what I have learned about the site so that you can have the tools to be as successful buying as possible. So the first piece of advice that I have to give you is to expect to comb through lots, and it will take a very long time to do that. Bulq.com is not really one of those sites that you can just go to, randomly pick a lot, buy it, and then you're done and you move on with your day. It really does take time to go through and find lots that are beneficial. There are thousands of lots between pallets and boxes and uninspected returns and brand new merchandise and salvage. There is a lot of stuff available for sale, and you have to be able to comb through and go through each individual listing to find the ones that are going to make you money. So make sure that you understand that it's not as simple as going to the site, picking one at random, and always making money, because that's not how it works. Now, you do have the ability to filter your search settings so that you can only focus on the lots that interest you. For instance, if you only want to look at boxes and not pallets, or if you want to look at only returns and not like new, or if you only want to look at clothing and not everything else. You can filter down the lots that you do want to see so that thousands turns into hundreds, which makes it a lot less intimidating to work through. I do also highly recommend the Bulq app as opposed to the desktop version. I just feel like the app is a lot more user-friendly and it's a lot easier to look through the manifests and to sort things and watch things. It's just a lot easier overall. When I look at it on the desktop version, which I will say it's a little weird for me to recommend doing that because I always recommend doing things the desktop way. I don't necessarily like mobile versions of everything. But when it comes to the Bulq.com website, I really do prefer the app. For me, it's just a lot easier for me to navigate. It's a lot easier for me to look at the manifests and double check the manifests with other sites to make sure that things are going to be profitable. So I think if you're gonna shop on Bulq.com, the mobile app is definitely the way to go. Now I wanna talk about manifests. You have to go through every single manifest for every single lot. That's basically what I'm referring to when I say combing through all of the lots to find ones that are going to make money. You cannot just look at the estimated retail value of a lot versus the sale price of a lot and expect to pick your lots that way. You must go through the manifests, because most of the time, and when I say most of the time, I mean like 99% of the time, the average retail price of the lot is going to be incorrect because maybe the ASINs are a little bit inflated, or maybe somebody typed in a number wrong. You cannot just look at the estimated retail value and let's say it's $1,000 and they're selling the lot for $100 and you go, wow, that's a really good deal. That is, you know, only 10% on the retail price, and make selections based on that information alone. You have to open it up. You have to look at the manifest, because most of the time the prices on the manifest are inflated. Now, that's not to say that the prices on the manifest are inflated because Bulq is trying to mislead us into buying a lot that's not really worth that much money, but because markets do fluctuate and prices change. So when you open up the manifest, sometimes the ASINs for Amazon are there. You could click on that link. It'll take you to the Amazon listing. Sometimes on the manifest, it can say that an item is worth $35, but then when you go look at the Amazon link, maybe it's only worth $25. That could just be because the prices change daily, not because they're, purposefully trying to mislead us. Also, there can be numbers that are typed incorrectly. Maybe they meant for something to be $26 and instead they typed it in as $62. So that automatically makes the price of the total lot go up when numbers are inflated a little bit because maybe the markets change or maybe there was something typed in wrong. Now, that can also go in your favor too. That's why I'm saying it's also important to check the manifest because they might have messed up and maybe said something was worth $15 when it's actually worth $51. So that actually means that the lot is worth more than they said it was worth. So always look at the manifest. You have to look at the manifest and look at the entire manifest and always cross-check everything with eBay, Amazon, any platform that you're selling on. Check and make sure that those items are actually selling for the prices that are indicated on the manifest. So now let's talk about conditions. There are various conditions on the Bulq site ranging everywhere from salvage all the way up to brand new merchandise. So in my experience, I have looked at lots that are like new, brand new, and uninspected returns, which I've never looked at salvage before. I have heard of people making money on the salvage lots, but I am not really about doing that. I don't really want to buy something that's potentially all junk or spoiled merchandise, so I don't mess with salvage. But what I have learned, the difference between uninspected returns and brand new, there is a big difference. So if you are looking at maximizing your dollar and getting more merchandise for less money, returns are gonna be the way to go. But the downside that I've noticed with the uninspected return lots is almost always half of the box is going to be junk. I have had maybe one an uninspected returns box where most of it was sellable and barely anything was unsellable. But when it comes to the uninspected returns, almost always half of the box is going to be junk, but you're paying less per item. So when you buy a big lot, maybe your cost is going to be $1.50 per item, but half of the box is going to be junk that you can't really sell for much, if anything at all. So then the rest of the box is kind of double that. So then you're looking at a $3 cost. And then of course I'm just pulling these numbers out of thin air. These aren't actual numbers. They're just for demonstrative purposes. So if your cost of goods is $1.50 per item, half the box is junk and half of it is good, then that kind of ups your price to $3 per item. Or if everything is sellable, then you only paid $1.50 per item. So that's kind of something to think about. The uninspected return lots are almost always half junk, half sellable. And then on the other side of that, brand new merchandise really is brand new merchandise. I haven't gotten any brand new lots that had junk in it. Everything was sellable, everything was in brand new condition, shelf ready, and that is something that they state in their condition policy. Brand new is always shelf ready, retail ready merchandise. It's ready to be sold, no open boxes, no returns, straight off the shelf. So mostly it's overstock merchandise or things pulled off of store shelves, nothing damaged or anything like that. But then the downside to the brand new merchandise is, yes, you're guaranteed that everything is in sellable condition. However, it costs significantly more. So if you want the reassurance that all of your merchandise is going to be in sellable condition, you have to pay for it, which means that your profit margin is a lot lower. So you have to be even more careful when you're checking the manifest, because if you're paying more per item to ensure that it's all in brand new sellable condition, chances are you need to make sure that it's going to sell for what you suspect it will sell for. Otherwise, you will lose money very, very quickly. Now, I do want to point out that Bulq.com does have a manifest guarantee that is legit. I have had a couple of instances where items on the lot were not as indicated, or maybe they came broken. Bulq.com has always been fantastic about correcting their problems, and they do it very, very quickly. Within 24 hours, I've gotten partial refunds, or I've gotten credits on my account for my next purchase because maybe the manifest wasn't 100% accurate, or maybe something arrived broken when it was supposed to be brand new. So their manifest guarantee is legit, and you can buy from them and feel really secure that when they say that something is brand new, it will arrive brand new, or they will fix it. The only time the manifest guarantee isn't 100% behind you is if you receive a box that have a lot of items that are unmanifested, and they do exist. Most of the boxes do have manifests that are complete, but then sometimes the manifest will have certain items that are maybe miscellaneous, or they don't indicate exactly what it is, so those items are kind of a mystery. So if you happen to receive a box that has some of those mystery items, you can't really expect them to do anything about that because they indicated on the manifest that they were kind of mystery items. Or if you get a box of returns and you have broken items or empty boxes, they can't really do anything about that because they're returns, they're uninspected. It says clearly in the condition that is uninspected. And so if something arrives broken, or if something is an empty box, or if something is different than the box indicates, they can't really do anything about that. But overall, the manifest guarantee, they do stand behind it, and they do make it right, and it does not take them long to fix any problems that you have, which is awesome. Okay, and then the last few items that I wanted to talk about are just tips about buying on the site. I did want to talk about delivery times because I have had a couple of people send me questions and comments about long wait times. So I did want to say that if you order boxes from Bulq.com, they are super fast. I have had boxes delivered within 3 days before. It's lightning speed. I will order a box on Monday evening and the box will be there Thursday. It is awesome to get fast deliveries on boxes. Pallets, on the other hand, those take a long time, and those are the items that I have had questions about. I've had people send me messages like, I ordered my pallet over a week ago and I still don't have it. Is this normal? And I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew, yes, that is completely normal. Every time I've ever ordered pallets from Bulq.com, it does take about 2 weeks for them to get to me. About a week or a week and a half after I place the order, the trucking company does call me to arrange delivery. It just takes a little bit more time because there's that trucking company middleman that does have to arrange a drop-off, because when you're dealing with pallets, they can't just pull up to your driveway, drop off the pallet, and leave like companies can deliver boxes. They have to arrange the pickup with you to make sure that there is a place to put the pallet. So it does take a little bit longer for delivery. So if you place a pallet order with Bulq.com and it's been a little over a week and you still haven't heard anything, don't panic. It is completely normal. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just kind of a little bit of a buying strategy. The price of lots will eventually go down if people don't buy the box right away. So there is a function where you can actually watch lots, or rather save them for later, and it's in a completely different section of your account where you can kind of follow along and see the lots that you're interested in, but maybe you haven't decided to purchase it right in that moment. So what happens is lots are made available for sale, they have a price put on them, and if they don't sell right away, then the price slowly goes down. But I haven't quite figured out their pricing routine yet. I've only been on the site for a couple of months, so I'm not exactly sure. But what will end up happening is it will have the regular set price, and then it'll slowly drop down to maybe 19% off, 26% off, 39% off, 41% off, 62% off. The price will just slowly start going down. And depending on if the lot gets sold or not, the price will keep dropping. Now, how fast the price drops, that I have not been able to figure out yet. But if you are interested in a lot, but maybe you aren't wanting to pay the price that they're asking, you cannot negotiate the price with them, but you can watch the lot and keep checking back to see if the price has been dropped or not. But word of warning, if you're waiting for it to be 62% off, chances are it will sell before then and you will miss out. So make sure that you kind of have a price in mind that you want to pay for a particular lot. That way, if you're watching it and the price gets close to that price you're willing to pay, you can snatch it up once it hits that price. Because if you wait too long and want that price to get too low, chances are it's going to sell before the price actually drops the lowest that it could go. On that same kind of plane, they do have auctions. So if items are up for sale and nobody buys them, they will eventually go on auction. But that being said, sometimes auctions don't have the best merchandise. You can get auctions really cheap, but most of the time it's because nobody else wanted them. So if lots are made available for sale, they're there for weeks, nobody buys them, they'll eventually get put on auction. And yeah, you can score a good deal, but you have to sometimes wonder, are you scoring that deal because there's not really any value in the lot and nobody bought it? Or did everybody just kind of become oblivious to the value of this lot? Maybe they didn't check the manifest like they were supposed to and it's actually worth more, and then you can snipe it in an auction and get a really good deal. And what's really nice is all auctions are 48 hours, so the auctions don't last a really long time. I believe new auctions are up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but don't quote me on that, I'm not exactly sure. But all auctions usually end about noon Eastern time, I think, maybe. So new auctions start 3 days a week and they last for 48 hours. And then here is a really crucial tip about auctions. And I wish that I had someone telling this to me because I could have saved myself some money. You ready for it? You ready? Bulq.com does not do proxy bidding like on eBay. So what does that mean exactly? It means that if you put in your max bid, that is what the auction is going to sell for. That is what you are going to be charged. If you are wanting to get the auction at the lowest possible cost, your max bid should be the starting bid. So if the starting bid for a lot is $99, don't put $120 because you're willing to go up to $120, because you will be charged $120 even if there are no other bidders. I learned that and I ended up having to pay extra money. There was a lot, I think it was like $440 starting bid. I put my max bid at $480, thinking that it was gonna be proxy bidding, and then if I had competitors that my bid would slowly go up to my max bid, but that's not how it worked. I ended up getting charged $480 even though I was the only bidder. So I really wish that that was something that I would have known before placing a bid, because I could have saved myself 40 bucks on that lot because I was the only bidder. You live and learn. Okay, you guys, that's everything that I have learned about buying on Bulq.com so far. Those are all of the best tips that I feel like you can really use to maximize your buying experience on the site. What about you? Have you bought from Bulq.com before? And did you learn anything that maybe I left out? Put it down in the comments below, because I'm really interested to learn some things about Bulq.com that maybe I don't even know yet. So if you know some stuff, leave it down below. Also, if you have any other questions or comments, do feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to check the video description for useful links. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you like the content, and then also subscribe if you want to see more content in the future. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you with my next video. Bye.